I'm standing between two cars from the future, the Tesla Model S and the BMW i8. They both deliver outstanding performance and supercar acceleration while being incredibly efficient. When we tested this Tesla Model S, we said it was the best car we ever reviewed. So with BMW's radical new i8, has the Tesla Model S met its match? No it hasn't. Because comparing these two cars is kind of stupid. Sure, I can talk about how the Tesla has a roomy back seat, it's easier to get in and out of, and can carry groceries. But that's completely missing the point. Because while the Tesla Model S competes with large luxury cars, the i8 takes on high-performance sports cars. The i8 is an all-wheel drive sports car with over 350 horsepower. But how it gets there is completely different. Up front, there's a 129 horsepower motor, similar to the powertrain that's in the i3. In the rear, you'll find a 1.5-liter, 3-cylinder, 228 horsepower engine mated to a 6-speed automatic. That engine is actually similar to what you'll find in a base Mini Cooper, but it has a lot more turbo boost. And it also has an 11 horsepower electric motor that helps fill in those gaps, because when you have a turbocharged engine, putting out that much boost, sometimes you get a little dead areas. Well, that little electric motor helps fix that. What's really interesting about that is you wind up with all-wheel drive with no drive shaft connecting the front and the rear. Now, while that's really cool, keep in mind that's something the Toyota Highlander hybrid has been doing for years. Now, this is a pretty light car. It's made with a lot of carbon fiber and some lightweight aluminum too. The curb weight is around 3,300 pounds. That's about 1,300 pounds less than a Tesla Model S. Another thing that makes this lighter is there's not a whole lot of battery here. Well, the Tesla Model S has an 85 kilowatt hour battery. This thing makes do with about 7.1 kilowatt hours. That's less than a tenth of what you'll find in the Tesla Model S. That means you're only going to get about 15 miles on electric power before the engine has to kick in. But in reality, we think you'll spend most of your time with the engine on, and that happens when you put this car into sport mode. And this car really comes into its own when you do that. The 3-cylinder out back, it's the best sounding 3-cylinder in the world. Forget about anything you ever thought about a 3-cylinder engine. This thing has got lots of power, the car's quick acceleration, instant torque, and the sound of the 3-cylinder. Truth be known, it's not all real. In fact, BMW has synthesized sound that comes from speakers. So it's not all real, but you know what? Never mind, it sounds great. The view out the front sort of makes you think you're driving an old Acura NSX with a really low cowl and great visibility. But the steering, it really snaps you out of that experience. It's very light and not really what you'd expect from a high-priced sports car. As you would expect from a sports car, getting in and out is far from easy, but it certainly looks cool when you're doing it. The big doors, they're surprisingly light. Well, that's because they're mostly made of carbon fiber. Amazingly, there are rear seats in this car, but they're really just for small kids. What both of these cars do is they prove hybrid and electric cars can be both exciting and desirable. And more importantly, they can actually compete head-on with their gasoline-powered peers. In that competition, the Tesla Model S, it's already won. It actually outsells competitors such as the BMW 7 Series and the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. The BMW i8 still needs to prove itself. But when you compare it to a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, even at $140,000, it's kind of a bargain. And while it's not going to do laps of the Nürburgring quite as fast as those cars, I could see this thing quickly attracting those buyers.